I feel like our children should get our last name.
I feel like the same. It rhymes, so it makes sense.
But it's such a controversial topic because if you talk to certain, even some women, like they really feel like one, especially when they get married, they want that man's last name.
Yeah.
And then so of course you're gonna want your child to have that person's last name.
But even I don't know if you have this, but like say when I'm interested in somebody, I just put my name with their last name
To
one
see
time.
if it sounds. But would you take away Morgan?
And that's why Morgan is a strong last name. But to be honest, I said I would, but I think I just based that off of, societally, that's the way. But I like that we're having this conversation because is it? Like, I like a double barrel just from a place of, but then if you look at double barrel, that's me taking my father's name, but my mother's name is nowhere there. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's like, regardless, you taking out the woman in the equation.
I mean, she wasn't there from the beginning.
What do you mean?
As in, you was never. I don't want to say her last name. Because her last name.
A Hellbron?
You was never a Hellbron. So it's like in my head, growing up, I've always been Haiti Davis.
Exactly.
So that's who I feel I am.
Yep, that's your identity.
Yeah. So it is like, but it's such a controversial thing. So what's going on, guys?
So what?
It's me, Haiti Leone.
And it's your girl, Jojo Renee. And you are tuned into episode 80.
That is
80
episodes of, consistency.
Yeah, but
That's 80 times we sat down to talk.
That's 80 times we said, so what going on? that's 80 times. I told y'all to like, comment. Not even. I told it way more than 80 times.
More than 80.
Oh, wait.
That's
Let me
80
actually...
hours of us having proof for the rest of our life that we talk.
Yeah. So if
More
in the
than
last
80
episode,
hours.
you should check it. So if we lose our memory, we could tell ourselves who we are.
For sure.
Genuinely. But guys, thank y'all for being here. Please do make sure you subscribe. If from the last episode you are not subscribed yet, please do so now. We're going to do that thing where we give them a minute.
Yeah, I think you should give them a minute to subscribe.
We should give them 8 seconds. Because it's episode 80.
Oh, yes. We definitely should. I feel like 8 been in our numbers a lot recently.
Yeah, it's my life path number.
But what were we doing recently where 8 was the number?
Episode 78.
No, it was something else. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was 8 seconds a day for the life.
Yes.
And then it was something else with 8 that episode.
Yeah. Because we ate and we're going to continue to eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
8 is our number.
And then, oh no, it was like we late.
Oh, yeah, Nori.
Yes.
Nori.
But anyways, guys, if
Yes.
you're new here, the Bite the Bullet podcast is a podcast where we have unfiltered conversations with 2 Caribbean women.
Whoop, whoop,
And we've
whoop,
now
whoop.
been here, as we've been reiterating 80 times. So
Yeah.
welcome to the vibes.
And I think today going to be one of the most unfiltered conversations, guys. Haiti has this...
No, I don't know if it's that serious.
The way you started off was already
We
done
should have
serious.
said, so it's me, Haiti Leone Davis. Put my last
And
name in
it's
there.
Georgia Renee Morgan. Yeah.
But yeah, back to that conversation. Like I was saying, technically, we don't grow up with our mother's last name. So sometimes, but at the same time, for me, growing up in a family where me and my brother was the only ones that didn't have the last names of my cousins,
Okay.
I used to feel like
You wasn't part of like...
I definitely part of the family because
Yeah.
I feel like, I was going to say I had a vibe. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Like, even when people ask me, I say, Martin, my last name, in my head, I have to explain, yes, I'm a Davis, but that have nothing to do with me here on the island because my real family last name on the island
Is Holiday. Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, but I know this Davis from St. Martin. It's like, that's not my family.
I
'Cause
understand.
my Davis is not even, there's not one person on this island other than my father that I related to walking around on this island from that side. So like growing up, I used to feel like, why wasn't I called a Holiday? Like, I used to feel bothered by that.
I was fine Holiday a lit ass last time. Yeah.
Haiti Holiday. But anyway, Davis is little Auntie Joy. I know you watching.
Yeah.
But then even when I go to my father family,
Yeah.
the same auntie, like, because funny enough, my mother is the only girl from her direct
You told me.
both parents.
Mm.
And then in my father's side, I only have my Auntie Joy, who's one girl.
Yeah.
So her children probably experience what me and my brother experienced.
Yep.
So I'm going around my father family. I am a Davis. And then I feel like,
Yeah.
like these are my people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'd grow up on the island. So it's like, and I just wonder, like, to a level, why don't we give both names? Because,
The Spanish do it.
yeah.
And I rate it because it is a matter of like, I think sometimes you realize I carried this child for 9 months, but you give them your name. And it's like, not to come for the men, it's the system that we born in or whatever, but at the same time, like actually deep that. Like deep the reality of your wife taking your name also comes from a place of, there used to be dowries. You used to get a woman for property.
From her family.
And giving them your last name is branding in a sense. So it's like, as much as I could be like, oh, this will be my last name because, you know, it's like, there's something deeper in it that I don't think we
I
realize.
have a friend, he probably gonna watch it. He just watch every episode.
Big up, friend.
I ain't gonna say his name because I find it's wild. So I ain't gonna put him on black. He was saying he not going to marry a girl if she don't take away her last name and only take his.
A lot of men think that.
But what I find that insane, because to him it's like, I was like, I say at the time, I feel like I taken some man's last name and that don't have nothing to do with who I've been my whole life. He said, but you have taken a man's last name. It was your father. So what's the difference?
Yeah, but my father was at the start of my life.
That's the reason I exist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, that's like 50%
No, but
of the reason
honestly-
I exist. So I find that's very different than like marrying a man. But it's like, to him, it's like, yeah, but I'm about to take care of you for the rest of your life. So is it ultimately like a handing down type of thing? But
Yeah.
to me, that's still rooted in the ideology that you property.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and this whole lineage ideology of like,
Yeah.
the crazy thing is in older societies, lineage was tied to women because women are the line. Like, don't get me wrong, men contribute. Let's not. Like, one thing I go preface this conversation and say, guys, for y'all listening, don't get steamy right away. As in, like, really actually try to hear the conversation. Because I feel like for a lot of men, it's hard to hear this. Because all they know is she taking my last name. But actually understand why. Like, have y'all ever asked yourself why we taking on your last name? From a place that takes out the whole, yeah, I'm going to take care of you, da-da-da-da-da-da. Because we in 2026. It's kind of a different world. But, yeah, sorry. Back then, lineage was tied to women. But even in matriarchal societies, lineage is tied to women because it has nothing to do with your last name. It has to do with the line from which you come from, but they didn't tie that to name. So that's where it gets a bit sticky. Whereas now, the name, and I feel like from back then, the men who said, nah, I don't want this, they decided, how can I change this? We're going to change it to lineage comes from name. And then that's how you put your name on things. And that's how I feel like even a lot of, say, female or lineages that came from women were kind of diluted. Whereas I do feel like both of y'all play a part. So then why is it not that both of your names could be?
But not every place had last names because Holland didn't have last names.
Facts.
They got last names because of the influence of the French, I
Yeah.
believe. So like,
Yeah, I guess it all, of course, depends on where you are. But it's just the whole idea around lineage and how that kind of started and the journey of it in a sense. But I don't think it applies to everywhere. I will say that. But yeah, I just think in general now, it really is a matter of like, in an ideal world, and I think for a lot of women,
I
No.
would want my husband to also take my last name.
yeah, but
But that's a perfect world.
I hear it.
it's not that far away.
I mean,
But-
some couples doing it already. But I mean, like, to find a man that would do that,
But how would
I
you
just
do it?
lessen my
So,
chances was spent fine.
oh yeah, no, the puddle became like a swipe of, you know, when you
Yeah.
drag the cloth across the table?
Yeah.
That. But I don't know. For me, with regards to last name, I do think it is just a deeper topic of like why. Why are you so strongly?
Why do we do it in the first place?
That part.
That's the question I've been asking. But just even like the system that is there, I don't get it. Because ultimately, if we looking at it, like if you want to make sure we both have equity in this child or whatever, we should both give the child our last name.
Yeah.
If we both equal in this marriage, we should both be carrying the same last names. So that's why if you want to question the why,
But is anybody really equal in a marriage today? As in a lot of marriages, there's always yeah, but there's always the man is the head.
in my marriage,
Yeah, I Hear it. Haiti,
We're
I
going
actually
to be
fully
equal. I'm
Yep.
talking about the healthy versions.
Yep, the
'Cause I
utopia.
can't, yeah, well, not, it shouldn't be a utopia at this point. I
In
feel
this
like
world,
it should be the standard.
but in this world, is it?
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing. I get what you mean. It should be the standard, but in this world, is it? There's so much conditioning we have with regards to especially last name
Yeah.
that runs so deep that is like, yes, I understand and I do agree, but it is just that case of like, I truly feel like majority, I don't know. Statistically, I don't know. But maybe majority of women are okay with giving up their last name.
That's on a level, like, I just find it, I just feel like, wow, I can't ever see myself doing that. Like, I can't. Like, you're going to have to hyphenate.
Yeah.
And
The funny thing is,
You
I
could be
could
a
see it, but I
David.
think it's from a societal point. I could see it because in my head it's like, oh, this is the way, da 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 da.
yeah.
But it's like,
But I'm not dropping mine. I'm sorry.
I go through, girl. I do feel like stand on your shit.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like I agree from a place of if you could double barrel it, that makes sense because we both
I
in this
never heard a
marriage
term
together.
double barrel. I just hear hyphenate. Double
Oh,
barrel.
I didn't say double barrel.
Double
That's a
Okay.
thing?
I've never heard that in my life.
Girl, guys, I've been saying double barrels, but are you in the comments? Please let me know if double barrel is a thing.
I'm picturing 2 barrels.
Yeah, with 2 last names.
I don't know why I thought like you, like 2 barrels, 2 shots.
2
I don't
shots of
know.
marriage. I don't know. But okay, but are you understand what I mean by double barrel?
I had figure. I was doing a math.
Nah, I need to look this up. Hold on. Is double barrel a term for 2 last names?
Boring.
I don't know.
Hold on.
But some women like they like the ownership of that. Like,
But that's what I was.
they own.
Yeah, I was going into that. Jade was saying, Jade still here. That some women like the idea of a man owning them though.
It is a name. It is, guys, it's the term. Yes, double barreled surname is the formal term for a last name that combines 2 different family names.
Okay, that's new information.
Yeah. But yeah, so for me, like, I don't mind a double barreled last name.
That would be it for me. But I was going to say what Jade just said. I think ultimately why some women like that to a level, like if you think of the idea of the concept of getting a man, a relationship, a husband,
Yeah.
that equates for some women that makes them a woman, and that ties into
Crazy.
like their validation and worth. So I feel like that's where it stems from when they're willing to drop their last name because
Yep.
it's like proof that I am now worthy as a woman. I think that's how
Yeah, it's
that's how
facts,
I really
though.
feel.
And
about
I
it.
think a lot of women also subconsciously feel that, or maybe even consciously feel that, and are okay with it because it's like cool. That's where you take your validation, but it also ties back to the whole system of things where it's like this is the precedent we set so that y'all feel this. We are the only ones who could validate you, and I think that is where it gets scary. And I also feel like that is where there's such a disconnect now because I do think a lot of women are fighting that, but from a place that doesn't necessarily have a definition.
They
Like,
fighting why exactly?
just all these systems in a sense where it's like, so you do have that, you do have women who think, yeah, I'll give up my last name because it means I'm validated. But I do think now as we progress just in general as a society, women are starting to feel a discomfort in that, but they can't fully define it, maybe, which is kind of why we have a lot of these, how do you call that, discrepancies between.
I don't know if I blank out, but I'm like they're starting to find they're struggling with what exactly.
My train reached the station. Now because I feel like I'm trying to let me rephrase it.
Yeah. What are they fighting?
Just the whole environment of being in a society that has this, or being in a society that systemically enables this or even encourages this. So it's like, okay, so, and I'm going to give an example and it's a bit controversial. Like with religion, where it's like you follow a religion, but sometimes within following that religion, you start to maybe question things or you start to be uncomfortable with things, but you're not sure where it comes from because in a conditioned way, you only know certain things or you only see this as this is the way. I feel like it's but then you reach a point where like you start kind of rejecting it or there's a resistance. I feel like it's similar with women now, where it's like more women are having conversations with regards to their last name, but also with regards to willingly and even eagerly becoming a property of a man. because we never used to really see it as, oh, I don't even think we didn't see it as, we just didn't acknowledge it as, oh, I'm taking his last name because now it is a case of he's the head and I am under him or whatever. So that's where it's a thing of like, that's what I mean. Well, back then it's all you know, it's societal conditioning, it's systemic, whereas now it's like, is all I've known, is this conditioning actually like healthy?
I get what you mean now.
The train reach.
It did.
Yeah.
I have a question related to what you're saying on a deeper level, actually, just now. So we can get into that more. But I was going to say that, like, ideally, I would just want them to take my last name and then my child to take both
But
of
them
our
to
names.
take it and hyphenate it also.
But
I hear them.
that's a utopia.
But I hear it at the same time.
And then my child,
That would just create a whole new last name for the family.
that's
to
it.
create a whole new last name.
last name.
People do that.
But
That's
the reason
cool.
I came up with this is because there's a new Dutch law
Yeah.
that states, before it was this way, like, let's say we together and we have a child, but we
Yeah.
break up
Yeah.
and we can't decide which last name the child gets in. Dutch law used to be the child automatically get the father's name.
Oh.
Now there's a new law where the child is going to just get both.
Yeah.
Like, no discussion, nothing.
Yeah.
If y'all can't agree, the child can just get both. And
Yeah,
now it's
because-
on paper.
My thing is, why absolve one? Like, why dilute one name?
Exactly.
But that's the thing where it's like, I feel like just in society too with names, there's such a weight put on it, especially for men. Like when you hear about them making kids and stuff, yes, I'm going to spread my name. And I don't know, I feel like just that in itself is something that needs to be talked about in a way that's reflective, in a way that is like, why?
I hear somebody say recently with this conversation, but then the lineage, when the person was like, they don't want kids, that was the conversation.
Yeah.
And the person asked him, but then your lineage is not going to continue. And he was like, I have brothers and sisters. Like, it don't have to come from me.
I feel like a lot of it comes from ego.
Yeah.
Like the name aspect, the property aspect, it is all rooted in ego. And I feel like
Yeah.
it continues to show up in that way. But just especially in a lot of conversations about like the whole men and leading and head of the house thing, where it's just like, it's like what you say. I do feel like we should be equal in the sense that, no, we're not both going to lift the same level of weights. But there is equality in the household where you don't see me as less than. You just see me as strong in certain areas and you strong in certain areas.
Equity. Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know that picture when they had the different boxes and they show you what equity is compared to, and then they show you the kid is on a taller box, the woman is on and that is in itself, I feel, important. But I feel like in a household, it's also like how we had the gender or the feminine masculine conversations where we both have both to a level, and of course it leans in whatever. But I feel like there shouldn't be set roles because everybody's kind of different. But it also speaks to like how you view people from a let's say a hierarchical sense. Is the ceiling breaking?
I don't know. That just sounded like it was.
Anyway, guys, if you subscribe, we could probably have more money to fix the ceiling. So make sure you do that. But yeah, no, I think in general for me, it's just with regards to the last name, I think a lot of people need to understand
The why.
the why.
Yeah.
And understand, like, are you not forcing, but really pushing this onto somebody who's telling you maybe they would want a double barrel or whatever from a place of like, you need my last name because I am the one who needs to be at the forefront. Like, see where your ego is present.
I hope my friend heard that. Anyway, so we didn't even explain.
This was about your friend.
No,
too.
I mean, this thought come because I saw the video
Yeah.
with the law, but I've had this conversation with that friend. Anyway, the last time me and Kristen went, and it was a 7-course Caribbean-inspired fine dining experience.
This is our fine dining part of Modern Comfort, and it is our intention to put Caribbean cuisine in another jacket because there's so many influences around the world, but because of our history, our food and our cultural food is based on what was available. And what would our food look like if we could now combine it with different ingredients from around the world and be inspired?
And we thought you were get 3 courses, 4 courses.
Yeah.
My girl come out with 7 courses. We have to go through the course. The first one was a croquette. Then we had like a shrimp lobster salad. We had the pumpkin ginger I think soup.
Yes.
Amazing. We had the jerk chicken tacos. And then you would think now is the main course.
Yeah.
So now we had the oxtail, mac and cheese, and maybe a coleslaw. I'm not sure.
Bye. I had such bad FOMO. But I was out of the country. Yeah. But still.
And then you're like, okay, dessert.
Yeah.
My girl come up with fish and fungi
Oh.
as a next course.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like,
What going
can't
on?
do it anymore. I said, okay, I'm gonna come with dessert. And then she made creme brulee.
Yeah,
With,
that
like,
creme brulee was banging.
Amazing. With
And of course, in between, you had 3 cocktails.
oh yeah.
Plenty of cocktails.
And that last cocktail,
Crazy.
And then we ended with some lemongrass bush tea.
yes.
That's crazy.
If y'all want to
Yeah.
experience that, make sure you go and book that.
Please
and
do.
go for the 27th of June.
This time I could try not to miss it because what?
We didn't even explain the concept of this episode.
We didn't.
We've done like,
Russian roulette.
Russian roulettes where we ask ourselves personal questions. Last time Kevin asked us personal
Yeah.
questions. But this time we was like, we're going to do takes on
Yep.
topics rather than personal questions.
And I know none of them.
Yeah, and I forget. Because I write it
Perfect.
yesterday.
Perfect.
And sitting here in our little cup, if you don't know.
Yeah. Selling our ICS on
Yes.
Savour.
So we're going to draw for the next topic.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
I hope that's... No.
Bye.
As a
Rip
sign.
it. Why is education structured by age and not pace? Ooh. That's a beautiful one and a very important question. I mean,
yeah.
Mevrouw Davis.
I don't know. I think like first we have the dot system, which is such a weird concept to me in general. But sometimes when you look in a classroom, they have this big thing that we've been getting, you get from your study. Like you have to know to differentiate and cater to the different needs in a classroom.
100%.
And that sounds beautiful. Like that sounds
Yeah.
like the ideal world on paper.
Yeah.
Until you get on the job, on the work floor, and you realize how impossible it is depending on the classroom and depending on like the facilities that
Yeah.
is like given to you. Because it's like, especially in the level of education I teach in, I say this all the time to my friends, I barely get to teach. I'm literally, I think in Dutch word, opvoeder. I'm literally,
no, like somebody who raises
I'm
kids.
literally raising kids.
Yeah.
Like 80% of my time is correcting behavior and explaining why
Yeah.
this is okay rather than teaching English. So
Yup.
that's why I just make a joke all the time. It's like, y'all consider me an English teacher. I feel like I tap out years ago.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, and then it's like, so there's a level of differences in intelligence, there's difference in behavior, there's difference in IQ, there's difference in emotional intelligence in a classroom.
Yep.
And then like to cater to all of that sometimes with like 15 to, in some schools, thankfully not mine, 30 kids, is sometimes impossible. But that's why I don't even understand the dot system where it's like you get a level and you stay in that level. Whereas I do like the American system, and I don't know if the British system is like that, where it's like, you're in one class, but the children are good in maths. They go to like AP maths.
Yeah.
Or the ones that are not, they go to like extra.
Yeah, they accommodate the levels that they
accommodate the
see.
levels based on within the different subjects. Even that would be a better system. But then there's even like within, and I think that would be a better way to cater to this. That would be an answer to this question too.
100%.
Because then you're focusing on different pieces.
But you see, I feel like it don't stop at paces, but that's where you make it, or that's where it just becomes more complex. Because I was recently watching this video on different phenotypes, and we all have different phenotypes. And what that essentially entails is like, there are hours of the day in which we operate at peak capacity. But that also depends on what time we go sleep and wake up. You have night owls and you have early birds. And they say that is really inherently within us. So it's not something like, oh, cool, you have this habit, blah, blah, blah. I think, yeah, maybe more research. But they say that they did studies where they would give exams to students who were night owls later in the day because that was their peak performance time. So say between 12 and 3. And then they would give the same test to students who were morning early birds. And that was say between like 8 and 10 or 11. and both improved heavily with regards to their performance. However, with the early birds, you don't see much of a difference because we all know you usually get exams in the morning. So they apply one set kind of performance time to everybody, and it kind of sets the ones back who maybe don't operate their best at that time and are late in the day, because they even say for kids, like, start, I don't know what time your school has started. We started what, like 7 a.m., 7:15.
And St. Martin 7:30.
7, 7, 8,
Yeah, and they say for kids it's like you should actually start it later for kids, mainly because they operate better at those
I think
times.
all humans operate better.
No, but then you have the early birds who actually, as
I don't.
adults, and I hear it because you probably more so a night owl, but in your adult stage, you stick to one. So as kids, you have, as a baby, you have one. As a kid, you have one. And as you get older, you start to now mold into the one that sticks with you. But that's where it's like you have that. So then you have that pace, intelligence, but then you also have the ability to learn and what that looks like. So like Jade was saying in the last episode, y'all should go check it out. She's more hands-on. And for me, I could sit and read, or I could sit and watch a video where somebody's lecturing. A lot of kids can't do that from a place of, a lot of kids could do that, a lot of kids can't do that. However, they apply the first to the rest. So it's like, you have these things of like, they should accommodate education to pace, but I also think they should accommodate education to ways in which people could learn.
But I think that's why I say a lot of things we learn at school that it sounds nice on people.
Yeah.
Because you learn that. Like, you're supposed to not have... Because I hear people talk about, like, I think in general, like, the way education set up is not good for everybody. But that's why it's up to you as a teacher to, like, cater to the different needs of how they how they all learn in a classroom. Like, some learn through music. Some learn by doing.
Yeah.
Some learn by reading.
Yeah.
Some learn by seeing.
Yeah.
Some learn by, like, hearing. Like, there's different ways of learning. And
100%.
you have to cater to that. But when I think on pace, I think on actually just the way your brain is developing in a way. That's how I saw it. Because it's like, if we all were in the same class right now, like how she was saying, like, the maths thing that she couldn't get, like, my level of understanding it not going to be the same or as quick as to other people. And that don't necessarily have to do with, like, how or whatever, but just literally because some people grasp certain topics differently or they need more time for it.
Yep.
And I feel like the fact that we just say, back to the age thing, that we think everybody at age 12
should be on the same
level of understanding why equals MP squared. I learned Dutch. I was like, the quadrat. What the fuck is quadrat? The quadrant of this and this and this and this at age 12. Everybody should know this. I find that's the thing I question. I understand. As to why do we do it that way versus on, like, measuring your capability right now, Jodie's capability at 12. What is she able to do? Yeah. And then, and then based on that, you adjust the classes. And then even within that, as you say, like, you should adjust how, because then there's even, and that's what I mean, there's so much things you have to focus on, because there is this difference, then there's everybody wants to learn differently. Yeah. Some kids, like, if you come into my class and you want to go sleep, go sleep. Yeah. Yeah. And I know that I used to take naps in the back of class. But, like, sometimes they come in and it's like, why am I going to force this child to get up and do something? And she's dying there on the couch. Yeah, boy. Like, head dropping. Like, today, one of them have hay fever. So she did dying. And she's like, my mother did not want me to stay home. I'm like, why would I? And there's a level of, like, understanding that they're not robots and expecting children to behave and listen to you 100%. All the time. So it's like, I also take account into those things where it's like they're human beings at the end of the day. Yeah. Or like this other one 2 days ago, she couldn't see. Like, one of her eyes was swollen. And she still came to school? You know what's crazy? These two girls are talking about their parents Caribbean. That's just show you how we be.
Yeah, that's how we be, so.
Both of them Caribbean.
Yeah, you die and go
school. And one half Dominican. But, like, she just there in class. But I didn't notice. I was like, why are you not working? She's like, yeah, I can't see.
The poor thing.
And I was like, go home. So my mother don't want me to stay home. I was just like, it's a lot to do with in that 45 minutes.
But I also think that's why the different systems are not present, because for a lot of schools and for the education system, they just see it as a lot to deal with and they don't want to deal with it. So they say, you know what, let's create this set curriculum and just give it to everybody.
I think it starts with government like
Yeah.
having to change the system within the country. And there's different schools in Holland now. Like there's like Vrije School, there's like
Yeah.
Dalton, there's Montessori.
Yeah.
But like if there were more of these schools, because a lot of these schools sometimes not even public, some are.
Yeah,
It would like cater to kids in different like,
exactly.
ways. But the standard way of public education in itself, and then how we just have to even just fight for like funding for stuff is just
Crazy.
It's kind of like if the goal was for school to genuinely be useful for students, I'm sure that it would be.
Yeah, 100%.
So
yeah.
also goes back to the why are we in school?
Why are you not
Some people
subscribed?
feel some people feel like it's their way of getting us into the pipeline of working a 9 to 5.
Yeah,
There's that. But at the same time, I think that's why, and I love my study, because it's like we learn heavily on just like pushing children to just do what's good for them.
yeah,
And like it depends on the type of teacher. If you have a lot of old school teachers still in the education system, that's where you can get a set way of being. But it's like, I don't know, I just push my students to do whatever they want. If you want rap today, one of them was just rapping the whole time. I was like,
do that.
go make
Express
her rap
yourself.
outside on the,
Yeah.
on the thing. For me, if you're gonna work, go make her rap. He was like, you know what? I can do it.
'Cause at least they're doing something productive.
Yeah, and I said, it just gotta be English.
Yes.
There we
As
go.
long as you make her rap in English, because she didn't want to work, she should just be rapping. I was like, just go make her song for me.
But that's good because
Yeah.
you're accommodating what they know.
Yeah, but then the thing is, if like let's say inspection was to come in,
Yeah,
my
you screwed.
classroom, I fail.
Yeah.
Like how I
you got a
actually
child
teach on a
sleeping, a
regular
child in
day
the grass
basis.
rapping.
Oh, one can't see.
Nah.
One can't see. Half of them on laptops, half of them on books. And even that I feel like is a big thing because it's like some work better on laptops. Some actually just prefer to write in a book. And some like actually like, and it's
Yep.
just like you have to get it to all of that.
And there's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Is that you're doing choreography, you're thinking, okay, my eyes gotta be open, I need to smile, this left leg need to go this way, this right leg need to go that way. And like some people just, they don't take the time to make it flow. As in if the school or even the government had systems that you don't have to constantly think of the choreography, there's just set systems,
Yeah.
it wouldn't really be like this.
Exactly.
But as now going back to the root, and I don't think they want to go there.
They don't have I think it was before the new government, they had just taken away so much money from education.
Crazy.
They took away a lot. And now I don't know what this new government doing. But
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, that was a good one. Your turn to pick.
Didn't I just pick?
No, I picked.
All
Where's
right.
pink?
Okay, so this is the one tied to the last thing. So on a deeper level, why does marriage give you more social status in today's society? And the reason why, and I think marriage and kids. Because for example, I was talking to my colleagues last week and one of them busy trying to lose weight and she was asking me what I've been doing. I was like, yeah, I just go gym almost like 5 times a week or
Yeah.
sometimes 6. And then she was like, you see, because you don't have kids, you have all this time and da-da-da-da. And then I was like a lot
Here
of the
we
times, that's a
go.
conversation of like,
Yeah.
that's the response I get at work. So then
Yeah.
even the same week, another weekend passed. And then I was just like, yeah, I'm tired because I've been organizing my house. And then after, she was like, but you don't got that much to organize because you ain't got no kids. I was like,
It's so exhausting. Y'all talking about this is more exhausting than having kids.
in my head, I was like,
Sorry.
do you know how much shit I have in my house? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I realized the more I get older and I surrounded by people getting married and having kids, it's almost like they feel like they're reaching this peak level of like back to like not worse, but just like I've reached level 10, if that's the
part.
highest stage of adulthood or being a woman
Yeah.
or a man. And it's like those people that don't ain't there yet, they don't get it. And I feel like it's almost like a social currency sometimes in certain spaces the older we get. And I find that weird.
I want to say something really wild.
What?
Because I'm kind of like, first of all, how many of these people actually have another business or project on the side?
And
Because
that's
that is
my
a whole
thing.
ass child.
But that's my thing. Like, you could be somebody. That's why it's like, I don't like, don't get me wrong. I do feel like, cool, you reached another level in life because you unlock something new.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm not negating. And I understand also that level could come with a lot of sleepless nights, yada, yada, yada. But it doesn't take away from the people who also just deal with stuff in their own life.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like Kristen said, imagine you starting a whole business. Yeah, you don't got one human child, but you got a child.
Mm-hmm.
And that child need to be now feeding a bunch of people instead of you just feeding that child. So it's like, it's so much to it, but I just don't like the whole thing of like they tie everything to, oh yeah, you don't have kids, so you could do this. No.
Oh, you're not married.
Like another way of thinking it also, like some of them they are more in their past.
Wait, we got Jade with a really good point.
It is
I
true.
actually like this setup, you know, just
Yeah.
a little bit. It's like we got a panel.
Yeah, I was saying like another aspect of it is that like when they hear their friend that is enjoying their life, having they don't
Yeah.
have, like,
Time to go to
those
the
type
gym.
of responsibilities, they also want to comment on that, or like they say those type of things because it's coming from a place of being like, yeah, they're satisfied with their life, but you know,
They mourning.
sometimes you mourn what you had, you know.
Mm.
So I think that's also where it comes from as well.
Yeah,
I
and I
agree.
hear it because it's like you see what you used to be in a sense,
But
but
don't
it's like
project it on me.
don't, because just but
Don't project
it's
it
just
on
like
me.
what Haiti said, you reached a new level in life now, like be present in that, or understand that yes, maybe you're not able to go to the gym as much, but you're able to do different things.
Yeah.
Like you get to book another human for free on a plane. That's
Well,
lit.
up until 2, but
Yeah, up until 2, but it's a case of like, I don't know, I feel like with these things, I'm not a fan. It puts a bad taste in my mouth when they tie everything back to, oh, you don't have kids. Because just because I don't have kids doesn't mean I don't have other things.
yeah.
And it's like, I understand that you don't see this as something you could do now because of kids, but there's a lot of things I maybe can't do because I have a business. So it's like there will always be that in everybody's life, but it just manifests differently.
And what about marriage? Because like I work with a lot of Muslim kids.
Yeah.
And I deal with the scrutiny of that. I'm not in a marriage yet all the time from these little kids.
My parents too. Yeah.
But it's just like almost like, and I know that's very prevalent in like the Muslim community where you have to be married to be, I guess, seen as
accepted
just
in the
accepted, but just they see you as an adult that way.
Yeah.
How dare you be 31 without a
Crazy.
husband or whatever like that? And it's just like, I don't know. When I really think about it, it's like we really just equate like the value of our existence because of this other human being. And for women, of course, because
Yeah.
men don't ever get this scrutiny.
no.
And it's just like, that's crazy.
It is, and I think it's misplaced validation in a sense. Like, I don't think these things aren't milestones. I just don't think it's at the weight at which they put it, because hey, I just got a diploma. You know, you're not asking me, oh, when you gonna get a diploma.
My family would.
Yeah, it depends on the family, but it's like in society self, like they don't come to you and see you at the party and be like, oh, you got your diploma yet? You know, where it's like, okay, Haiti,
I drink it,
your
I
family's full of teachers. They're going to ask
No,
that.
I'm not even talking about the ones at home. Like, you know.
Yeah, just in general. I
Yeah.
hear it. Oh, but I also understand too.
That's my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Maybe it's because education gives you freedom, and
mm,
and the marriage and the kids got
Does-
you a little bit trapped.
yeah, I think it's sticky because I do think in general, yes, these are nice things, but is the weight at which society puts it, but also the pressure they put on you to achieve it.
It's a conversation I was with my friend, and I was trying to explain, like, we was misunderstanding each other with both of these things when
Yeah.
it comes to value.
Yeah.
I was trying to say it doesn't make you more valuable as a person.
No.
And she thought I was trying to say it doesn't add value to your life. I'm saying it add values to your life. I could imagine having a kid adding like
100%.
your experience of human being existence.
When
it
we had
adds
our
value.
cats,
Add value. Well, it took a while.
so much.
But even having a marriage and a person, because anyway, that's another debate. But anyway, having a marriage or a person that adds value to your life and how you experience life and experiences, like that's not ever what the conversation is about. But I feel like it goes back to being like a social currency, as in like, let's say it was percentages, and I tried to use that.
Yeah.
Let's say for when we bond, that was like a Black Mirror episode. Like the more you accomplish,
Yep.
the higher percentage, and so the more you get into certain spaces and rooms,
Exactly.
and the more you're respected. I feel like
Yeah.
that's how we look at it with things with like kids and marriage. But I feel like it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean?
And I love that you said that, because that for me is the perfect culmination of what we're talking about. Instead of in a society now where we live from a place of knowing and understanding that marriage and kids add value to your life, we put it as your value depends on whether or not you have these things.
Yeah.
And that's the scary thing, because it is a case of, it's just like what I say, a diploma adds value to your life. It doesn't necessarily
Make you more
equate to
valuable.
how valuable you are.
Yeah.
Yes, in the job market, whatever.
But not as a person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I feel in society, they attribute your value to those things. They attribute your value to if you're married, to if you have kids. And that is where it goes wrong, because what about the people who don't believe in marriage and don't want to get married? What about the people who don't want to have kids? It's like now in society, you see them as less valuable, whereas what adds value to their life is maybe, I don't know, creating communities that they could feed from a place of these are my kids.
Yeah.
And or these are my family or whatever.
I need society to get on the same page, because ultimately
Good luck.
because it's like I feel good, but then is where society going to still place you? You know? And like how they treat you.
But that's also why. Okay, so for me, it's like, cool, this is easier said than done. But it's also a case of like F society in that sense of like, y'all determining my value, whereas I am aware of what brings value to me, but I'm also aware of my value. So y'all could sit here on your highty-tighty 2D horse and tell me, yeah, you're not married, so you're not valuable.
Sorry, I was thinking on 2B. No, I was thinking on 2B, but sorry.
You get it.
I just saw like Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that's
because people be on a high horse, but it's 2D, and I just say this, but I,
2D horse.
yeah, it land,
I
it
thought
land.
you said 2B.
Never, I would not do that to you, Larval. I kind of did because I said who is. Anyways, yeah, no, but for me, it's like y'all could sit here, y'all could tell me what you deem valuable or what you deem worthy, and that's fine. Because at the end of the day, y'all sitting there and you just judging and you just focusing on somebody else's life. Whereas I'm so happy. I'm so happy in a place where I'm unmarried, where I don't have kids. But in my life, I also know I'm working towards that, but it's not where I'm at now. So y'all can stay over there.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's sticky because a lot of people, they take their... No, it's not a lot of people. It's just more so how we're built.
Yep.
You want to belong. You want to be in community. But I do feel like, and I'm grateful that more and more communities are being formed that kind of have this ideology of your value comes from you, and what adds value to your life adds value to your life.
Facts.
Rather than the other way around.
Okay. We could do 2 questions and try to keep it short.
Yes, let's do it. Oh yeah, I get to pick. There's 2 more or there's more?
There's more, but we don't have to do every time.
Oh, okay, guys. So we don't got that much time, so we can do a speed round, and then if there's any questions that we think we could go deeper into, next episode.
Okay.
If this gets 20 likes,
Okay. I feel like those were the deep ones.
why are certain foods breakfast or dinner? I don't believe in that.
And I know you had like that question.
I eat pancakes. Breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Yes.
midnight snack.
Yes.
I don't believe in breakfast or dinner.
But
I eat
also-
jerk chicken for breakfast.
Food is food.
Breakfast.
Lunch.
However, I know the science. So essentially, certain foods, and the funny thing is, the foods that are deemed breakfast should not be breakfast, because if you start your day off carb heavy, you will have a crash, because what your body is now doing, carbs are broken down into sugar within your body. Your internal is working, but you don't realize that. It's not like you jogging, but internally you're jogging. So it's like you eat a bunch of carbs by like say 1 p.m., you crash. So I understand certain foods being breakfast foods. However, the ones that should be aren't. Eggs are, mainly because eggs have high protein. So that makes sense. Exactly.
Especially for like ADHD people, in case you know, your nutrition is so important that your breakfast should contain healthy fats and protein, because that's what you need for your brain to work.
Exactly.
Carbs will completely kill you.
They will, however, don't completely take them out. You can add carbs, but there should be a certain level of carbs that you add. You can't add a whole heap of carbs in your breakfast. So that I understand. For the rest, I don't care.
I was gonna say this conversation also different based on your region and culture.
100%.
Because it's like John cake and sausage.
What?
Sometimes we
Breakfast?
just also just get up and eat leftovers. Even the fact
That's
that we
the
just eat
best.
a warm meal for lunch and y'all out here eating broth and
But the
carbs.
fact that we eat more than one warm meal in a day. Because if you don't know, the Dutch only eating one warm meal, and that's at 6 p.m.
warm meal.
Yeah, I
Yes.
eating warm meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to
Yeah,
be honest.
facts.
If it ain't warm, it ain't a meal.
Facts.
We have lasagna. We have lasagna, pizza, all that at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and that's a reflection of how, like, Canteen. Used to
Yeah.
get like macaroni and cheese, rice and spare ribs, bami and chicken. Like that was lunch.
Yeah,
you
I don't
know?
believe in breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I just
Exactly.
believe them to be the indication of the time I eaten. That's it. It ain't what I eaten.
Facts.
Is the time I eaten.
Yeah.
Cool. Next.
Next.
I like these questions, so I want to actually see if we can finish them.
Okay. Why do we say cheese for pictures?
Because cheese.
Yeah, but I was thinking, imagine.
What you want to say? Fries.
No, but what was going through the person's head? I was trying to get a bunch of people to
A
smile.
mouth.
No. I was just together. Y'all don't know how traumatized I am.
I'm so sorry. I forgot. I'm so sorry.
I caught it though. And then yesterday I come home and there was another one. I don't know where it come from.
Oreo. That's where.
Yeah,
it
but
come
she
from.
wasn't. She didn't. She hasn't been inside.
But you know
Anyway.
what it is? They just looked for the word that shows the most teeth.
But
'Cause
imagine just standing there.
cheese. But what would you substitute it with?
There's so many things that you could do, like
What? Please.
freeze, please,
Freeze.
freeze,
Tease.
tease.
Wheeze.
Wheeze.
I like wheeze because it's like wheeze.
And why do we have to smile in pictures?
What, you want mean one?
My face throughout the
You
regular
sound like
day
Elisha.
is what it should be like in a picture.
I hear it.
Like, why should I smile to
Cause
perform?
we perform. You perform
Yeah.
for pictures.
But I guess that's why I like the idea of taking uncandid pictures, because it's just like
Candid.
candid. You see, we've been doing that in
Yeah.
Habitat.
Yeah, it's okay.
Candid.
Candid.
Okay. So, like, I don't know, like,
Yeah. Look, but you're smiling there.
no, but I mean, like, ultimately, you performing.
You are performing, but it's because the goal is to portray happiness. So it's like when you take a picture, it's like, imagine you go to a charity thing and everybody's just like 1, 2, 3. Nobody come into that charity.
I
Like-
guess it depends the purpose of the picture.
Exactly.
I like looking in the family albums from back in the day and just seeing a bunch of candid moments.
But a lot of them, they laughing and they smiling.
Not even.
Oh, the
Like,
family was upset?
Me and my brother, like, we just always genuinely laughing. So a lot of us is also
Yeah.
laughing together. But I don't think we was necessarily, we were smiling for the picture.
Yeah, like, I think smiling, they're just welcoming. So pictures are
True.
performing, but at the same time, people often take pictures in good moments. So it's like you keep that whole uniformity of like, it's a good moment. If
Yeah.
everybody looks sad, it's like, you gonna delete the picture. It ain't really gonna get anywhere. But cheese. But we gonna start saying wheeze. Wheeze.
Oh.
I like asking.
Yay. Oh, we can say yay.
Oh, there's 2 more questions.
Okay. Oh, pink. Why are weekdays, weekends divided like they are? Why are the months divided like they are?
Well, like, who came up with that? I want to know the person.
Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar.
Because there were 10 months.
That Cleopatra man. They was together, right? Yeah. But I heard he was with like 4 queens of Egypt, but only Cleopatra get recognized. But they all name was Cleopatra or something. Anyways, I have an add-on to this. Why the hell are all months not 28 days?
Because there was a reason for that. So,
Calculation of how many days they actually, it's not exactly 28 days. Like, it has to do with a calculation to make sure that the moon, because like, it's not an exact number of days. Yeah, it's not an exact number of days. Because of the leap year, they needed to do a division, which would make it pretty much balanced. And then they landed on every 4 years being a leap year.
to balance
In
it
order
out
to
in a
balance
way.
out the decimal, basically.
And then also, if you tie it with the seasons.
Yeah, to tie it with the seasons to keep it in balance. Otherwise, we'd be all over the place, and it's probably be December when it.
Cause you know what it
when
is?
it's like-
Then every month would start on a specific day, end on a specific day. One, women would be
boring.
great because our menstrual cycle would sync to the exact amount of days that our menstrual cycle actually goes on for.
Everybody.
That's still that-
Yeah, that's true. It
still ends up
changes.
being
It
about the
changes.
same, though.
But that was just a question. But why are weekdays, weekends divided
because
like they are?
when you think about, look, but this is a question, did I ask this before? Because my brother does ask me this all the time. I think he just forget he asked this already. Like, if you picture, I asked this before. If you picture the week, where do you put Sunday?
To the back. Sunday and Saturday.
You put Sunday in
Yeah,
the back.
Monday is at the front and Saturday and Sunday is at the back for me.
Sundays are the front for me too, I realized.
So all your week starts on a Sunday.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
for the week that's going to start.
Yes.
And then do you see it from top to bottom or do you see it from left to right? Left to right.
What do you mean?
Some people see it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. In
I'm
their
not
head.
one of those people.
I see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So you see from left to right.
So,
Some people, and then the year, January, February, March. Because
what we gonna start with December?
No, like,
the year
do you see it from top to bottom? Do you see it from left to right?
What am I looking at? If I'm looking at my Google Calendar,
Just
it's
in
from
your
left
head.
to
Right now,
right.
if you picture January to December, what are you seeing?
All over the place because I'm picturing it up and down, left to right in a box. Whoa.
Yeah. In my head, I
I-
see that from bottom.
I see it quartered. I see January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
Interesting.
Dead ass, from the time we speaking, that's how I see it.
True.
I guess.
Yeah.
Also left to right, but then with a small space between.
I think
Yep.
because of teaching, I see it as like January to June, July, and August.
I get
September
that.
to December, but then also it's like almost like the year is starting in August, September, and then I see it
My
like a
brain
drop,
hurting.
and then because it's like the school year is like the year,
Being in school.
and then
It starts in August.
yeah,
I get it because you finish summer, you start a new school year.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
I
how
get
I
that.
see it sometimes. But then even back to like weekdays and stuff, why Saturday and Sunday, the weekday, and I really feel like we need other
More.
days.
You need
Yeah.
you need Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to be weekend.
Half and half.
Saturday and Sundays are not my weekends.
Mine either.
You
Yeah,
see?
that's the
But
thing.
maybe that's also why I start on Monday.
Yeah.
I just feel like Monday, Saturday and Sunday is two S's, so I don't feel like I want to separate them. You know, like Sat and Sun, Sat and Sun. It just makes sense.
But I feel like I rise with the sun, so we should start with the sun.
Nah,
Okay, girl.
sun setting.
So,
Yeah, it really depends on how you see. You see the sunrise and I see the sun setting, and then Monday. But yeah, it's interesting. But I think the ways in which you start with Saturday and Sunday, Saturday and Monday, also depends on where you are in the world. Because I think in America, they also started different.
I know the Spanish start your days on Mondays.
But I ain't gonna lie, that American metric for date is so dumb. Sorry.
How?
They start with a month. Logically, you would start with the lowest thing, as in
The
not the
date.
lowest thing, but the days are the first. The smallest unit. Day, month, year. But you do month, day, year.
Because it's how you say it. Because you say January the 1st, 2026. Because when you speak, you say the day. You say today is January the 26th.
I would say today is the 1st of January.
Really?
Yeah. If you ask me when is my birthday,
Yeah.
I just say the 15th of December. I always say the 15th. I don't say
always
December
March
15th.
2nd.
I think
Second.
But it
first.
is because we've heavily influenced by the American culture. So I hear it. But I just always thought the smallest unit should go first. So that's why I always said that. Like even growing up, I think I always said, yeah, we got vacation or carnival starts the 15th of July. Like I never used to say July 15th.
Interesting.
That is crazy.
But I think it's a
guys,
Dutch-
but we realize I don't anomaly. Like, are you starting with Sunday and months?
No,
The
but
sun.
I feel like you, but in school, did you also have to write it? did
Jane,
they
how we
teach
had
you
to
in
write
school?
it?
American way.
Yeah, we used to have to write it American way. You know how I know? Because I remember when I was in 6th grade.
Yes.
I don't know if all you ever did that. No, not even exam. We used to do this thing. So we in year 2012, but we would go on the board and we would put March the 5th, 2025. Like you would just put a different year and then you go sit back down and it's not that interesting. But no, we just put March the 5th. But then it's like you remember that. And then when you actually reach March the 5th, 2025, it's like, guys, remember when we put on the board? And anyways.
that's
But
cute.
I thought of that when I thought of how we wrote it. I remember putting March the 5th. But I don't know when I got out of it. But I think even on the regular, I would say the 5th of March. I don't know. But
I realize when I
anyways.
speak Dutch, I do say the number first. I would be like, my birthday is 2 March.
Yeah, because in Dutch system,
Yeah.
the day goes first.
Yeah.
It's you. No, wait. It's me. It's you.
No, I think she.
Yeah, I had the pink one. The weekdays.
Oh, yeah. This is a cute one to end it on, is it? Why do we measure productivity by hours and not results?
Because that's dumb.
Was done.
What's the hope?
Like to measure it by hours and not results.
Because ultimately that's how a work week
But
is.
it's because we measure it from a place of how much work did you put in rather
In the
than what
hours.
work did you
what
come
did
out.
you do? Because I hear a lot of my friends that work from home. That's the biggest struggle. Because it's like when a company looking to see if you're online, it's like, but you were not online this and this and this and this time.
Wiggle your mouse.
But it's like, I finish it by the end of the day, though. I feel like that's how you should look at
But
it.
even sometimes, like, say you get a task and you done finish it, but you don't want to tell them that you done finish it because it's like, yeah, done, guys.
Nah.
But that's why I feel like it's not intelligent. I wouldn't say it's not intelligent. It's not productive to measure productivity by time, because then you also have to measure capability. Because what is then productivity? As in, like, some projects, I base my projects off of the project, not necessarily the time. Don't get me wrong. If there's certain, say, things with meetings involved, or of course, that's a time-based thing. But yeah, I feel like how people apply themselves, you can't say what's less or more productive based on how long they applied themselves.
This goes back to us expecting 12-year-olds, so I'll be able to do the same thing.
That part.
Because it's like, when you come to a company with a culture, it's like, we expect you to perform and do this, and you should be capable to do this within this amount of time frame. Because I think that goes back to the system of expecting us to all
Exactly, be on the same
wavelength based on stuff like that. That's how that's why I think it is. But ultimately, the hours shouldn't matter. Is, did I get the job done?
Exactly, but I think sometimes I think of it, maybe the hours matter from a place of them justifying or feeling like how much they have from you, how much they could take from you. Not in the sense that like what you produce, but it's like, you working for me, I want to know you working hard. But their hard correlates to the time rather than your brain power on what you're doing. Because don't get me wrong, yes,
I agree.
yeah, like sometimes I could produce something fast, but it still took a focused brain power to do that. That doesn't mean I was less productive, because now it's like, oh, I produced it fast and you don't feel like it maybe has as much quality as if I took longer. But you don't realize the amount of capacity that went into it. And I think the next day I could maybe produce the same thing and it would take longer. Doesn't mean I'm less productive. It just comes from or more productive. It just comes from a place of, on this day, this was my state of mind with regards to how I could show up for this. And this is the outcome.
I think I have to do with money.
100%.
I think at the end of the day, it's about a company
Justifying.
looking at, like, let me see how much this person is worth. Because at the end of the day, this is what I have to pay and what I'm able to pay. And so let's try to calculate how much hours they should be able to produce this.
But that's what kills me.
Then.
Because wouldn't you want somebody to produce things faster? Especially in today's age.
It's kind of crazy how that works.
Wait.
The person that's paid the most actually doesn't do that much work.
That part. Side note, in today's age and posting things faster, I know we need to hurry up, but simple people, all you need to get it together. And I'm going to ask y'all if you have this in St. Martin. Everybody and their mother, sister, brother, cousin, aunt is using AI to make posters. And they all...
That's not St. Martin. That's
all
the world.
look the same.
That's the world. Nowadays, you walking around and you seeing that on, like, literally.
You seeing that paintbrush swipe,
outside
the contrast.
And the people in the pictures, that is not who you are.
That's not who you are. What are you doing? Who is that? I don't know him. Like, guys, there are people who actually do graphic design. I understand y'all want to make your life easier. Yes, I am one of them, but I'm not plugging myself really, but hit me up. But I understand, you want to make your life easier, but you're making your work uglier. I'm just saying, like, especially businesses out there, this is just a PSA. We don't like to see AI. If we know and if we could sniff and tell, it's not even we have to sniff. We have to blink and we could see it's AI. Like, you don't even have to sniff it out.
That we can't even recognize your company.
And on top of that, exactly that, Kristen, if I keep saying the same thing, I no longer want to read anything because it all looks the same. So I think maybe I saw this poster just now, but it's just when you see something that's the same as what you keep seeing, you're no longer interested in it. So please get it together. I feel like even before this episode come out, we need to snip this and post it next week. Because Canva is free and it's very innovative. Okay, pay for that subscription because what they've been doing now with Canva is lit. But it's not expensive. So guys, actually get it together. But also invest in the creatives on your freaking island. That's my thing. I know it's worldwide, but I seen it heavy like on Sable and stuff, and it's like
I seen it up here. Like I passed a restaurant that literally, I was like, I thought this was a trend from 2 months ago. They already have their restaurant poster with the paint swipe and stuff. here
And
by
is that
us.
paint swipe?
It's
And
the
the
paint
contrast of
swipe.
the image with a little orange rusty
Yeah,
little.
I can't explain, but it's up here too. Like I seen
Yeah.
it in businesses up here too.
I ain't gonna lie, I noticing it with parties. A lot of parties that promoting, they using that same
I
thing.
see some Dominican carnival troop release an avatar-esque Fire Nation, Water Nation troop line, and I was just kind of like, in what world is copyright not a thing? Could they literally take in all the avatar symbols and putting it in the promotion for this?
Not to jump into a whole new comment. Did we even answer this conversation? What was the question?
Ultimately, with the productivity in hours,
Yeah.
that it should just measure. It should be measured by your results.
And you should measure all your AI usage because it's. But we've been preaching about like just. I gonna be the spokesperson for technology. But my thing is like even with productivity, and this is a perfect conversation to have off of it. Get more productive because I feel like this whole usage of AI, there are benefits to AI, but we're not using it in a way that is beneficial, especially if you're a company, you do marketing and stuff like that. Like all you need to realize, especially Gen Zers and millennials, we don't like AI. Boomers eat it up. Daddy, I love you. But one thing my father gonna do is send me a video that's AI.
But you mean we don't like how it looks?
No. Well,
Because we're using it.
We like genuinity.
thank you.
Like that, okay.
Like, I don't know if you care for it, but I don't like something that looks like it was constructed by one prompt.
No, I mean, you talking about visuals, but I mean like
For
our
sure.
generation using it. That's what I thought you meant.
There's two sides with our generation using it because you
yeah.
have the side of our generation that is anti-AI and then you have the side of our generation that's like, guys, this is the future, let's understand how to use it, which I understand. You always have the growing pains because they had that with the internet age and it is apparent now, but I more so mean visually. I more so mean y'all making now videos. I watch YouTube religiously and I love a documentary on YouTube. Now they're making documentary videos and they're using AI and it feels cringe.
It does.
Because it looks so fake.
It does.
Like there's no life behind the eyes of the people in that documentary. So
I scare. To me, is a level of like, I don't think we could do anything about it. I don't like you have companies now literally firing people so they could have enough money to pay the services for AI within the company.
yeah,
Like
Just hiring people back again.
that's what I was just about
I
to
mean,
say.
yes, but at the same time, like, and not that we can't do anything about it because we could decide if we want to use it or not. But I think when it comes to like the business world, they literally at this moment looking for ways that they could incorporate AI, and I
hear
I'm
it.
scared in the level of like, because of that, AI going to just continue developing to a place where it's like we're not gonna cringe no more because they're gonna look perfect.
But I gonna cringe forever. But I know, you know what I think gonna happen? We gonna have to, and I told Kristen this, I feel like we're gonna have to start paying for humans. As in, y'all don't have it. Like, say you're talking to a customer service agent and you know it's a bot.
It's
you
AI.
asking for a human because I don't want a bot.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, yes, companies could only do so much. And that's why I said there are areas where AI is very much helpful and it's very much, especially in automation, workflow systems, I hear it. But anything that involves a human, like when they become the middleman for human interaction, whether it's a marketing flyer or a chat bot, I do feel like we're going to reach a point where one, it's going to revert, as in they're going to realize, yes, we've developed all these flyers, we've been doing all this design with AI, but people don't want that. Like maybe now it's like, it's still new. So we're like, oh, nice. Maybe we could get used to it. Maybe somebody can. I won't. But
I can't.
yeah, I don't see that happening. I don't like talking to a chat. Yesterday, guys, I spent half an hour trying to get my freaking 8 credits back from ClassPass because I booked a Pokebox on the wrong day by mistake. And I'm speaking to a chatbot who was pissing me off because I know that if it was a human, they would give me the answer right away. But it kept telling me, oh, yeah, you could cancel, whereas I couldn't cancel. And a human could have checked why that was the case. But now it's like, I have to figure out with this dunce. Sorry, AI don't come for me. So is that case of like, I do understand that there's a lot of it being integrated into systems, but I do think there will be a lot of it being funneled out because they realize those integrations are not actually effective.
I want that to be the case.
I hope it does. I hope we reach a
really
point where
want it
AI
to
just
be the
pisses us
case.
off.
But I always just say, I just always think we think like the people that run shit care. and I don't think they do. Like,
When your sales get lower,
I don't know. I really think they don't care, because else these things wouldn't be where they are right now. The world wouldn't be where they are right now. Like, a lot of the issues we facing. Like, I can't remember something I see the other day where, like, they was talking about money, and somebody makes some amount of money. And it's like, this money could literally go to solve poverty. Like, those things is always running my brain. It's like, yeah, they're gonna never think on the world or humanity. To me, it boils down to ethics, and I don't know if they're going to.
that's true. But are you Caribbean companies? I know a billionaire Caribbean company. So you could start. Like, guys, just take what I say and understand. Like, use a graphic designer. Use maybe something, but AI is not the way. Especially, Jade, we got Carnival coming up. Carnival posters. I had to edit some because the faces did not look like the person. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, it's just, I really saying this. I'm not coming for y'all. It's constructive feedback. The people don't want to see AI. They want to see authenticity. So let's try to maintain that, especially in the Caribbean. Let's not let the Western modernity infiltrate us. But anyways,
that was it, guys.
I loved this, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we
big
should
up
do this
you.
again.
We should, because it was interesting, because it's like hot takes, but like you just delve in deep into some interesting shit, like the education, breakfast, cheese.
Guys, the dairy industry is more detrimental to the environment than AI is. So there's that.
Oh shit, the pork cows.
But even the making of meat is insane.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Right now, AI is also a big issue with the environmental community.
Yep.
High key.
Yeah, but dairy
But
uses
also-
more water. That's the point I was trying to make. So all that cheese.
But they said that in the next few years, it might because everybody wants AI now. That it might.
It will surpass. And I agree, because AI is still in its baby phase. Well, not baby phase. I think it's moving now to toddler. But I do feel like the capabilities will grow, which means the effects on the water and the world. Because what happens with water is now it's being filtered into like communities, and it's killing
all the
people.
water turns brown, yeah.
But I also
Exact.
think like the type of AI that we have access to is what we're frustrated with. The high level of AI that's out there that some of these companies will be using, which some of us don't even know that it's AI. I think when that becomes, it's gonna be a little while if that becomes accessible to the general population.
And it already is.
What do you guys feel about AI in the medical field?
Whew.
Depends,
In what area
because, you have
specifically?
AI being used to spot cancers early. So in that sense, I think like AI is not a new thing. Like, AI has been around. So for those reasons, yes. But it's about who
Yeah,
Like,
I
if
ain't gonna
they-
lie.
if you
If you
mean
telling
like a
me
bot.
a robot going to operate on me, I dip in.
Why?
Like,
When it comes to like giving out diagnosis.
You know they do that right now, right?
They
Like, the
do.
doctors are not doing AI.
I mean, they was Googling before anyways.
Exactly.
yeah, so that's where it's like,
They say go to a doctor,
They-
interview a doctor using AI.
Yeah.
it's true. But you know what I have sometimes, like sometimes we have a hunch or like a feeling, and with AI is not sentient. So of course it doesn't have that. It's more logical. But like a doctor could take my diagnosis, but see that maybe one side of my face is a little blue. But I ain't see that. I don't know. No, but you know what? It's like there's things that go beyond logic. There's things that go beyond 1, 2, 3. With AI, I feel like it's very logic driven. It's very 1, 2, 3. It's very, these are the set symptoms. As a doctor could look at me, hear the set symptoms, but feel a hunch about something because they've also dealt with a bunch of other patients. And this is something that is not, you can't tell it from being spoken to or something like that. It's more so you tell it from experience and seeing.
There's a whole lot of conversation about how I feel about the medical field and doctors up here.
Oh, shit.
Because it's just like,
Well, be sure to tune in, guys, because
yeah, it's just garbage. to
man,
me.
Jade, why you
But
gotta
anyway,
dip out? You could have
that's
been here. You could have been part of our like audience, and it's okay. But we'll miss you though. Make sure y'all go watch the last episode because it was fucking hilarious.
It was.
Guys, please. But anyways,
That was it.
thank
We
you,
did say
Hailey.
that
That,
before.
was freaking phenomenal. And thank y'all for being here with us. If you made it this far, big up you, because we made it to the end. So
We did.
We shall be here next
In
2 weeks
bi-weekly.
on Tuesday. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, please. Thanks.
Yeah.
Love
Bye.
you. Oh, and don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. I said something in the beginning of the video where we would do something if we get 20 likes. What was it again?
You serious?
Yes.
This question something.
Oh, the deep dive. Shit, but we don't dive deep. Still 20 likes. Thanks. Love you.
Bye.